So if we look at the juice bottle first of all, this label was warped onto the bottle. So we basically used a warp feature of Photoshop. And then coming on to this rusty box, which originally was a shoe box, we just used Vanishing point to create different planes on the box, and within those planes we put some textured images into each plane to create this rusty box effect, and we also added a label and a sticker using Vanishing point. The warp tool is more freeform. The Vanishing point is more restricted than the warp tool. So the first thing we want to do is create a layer. So I'm just going to come down here. We've got a square with a cross in it. I'm going to click on that. Now click on a new layer and call it VP1. And next what I need to do, I need to grab the texture that I want. So on my Mac keyboard, I'm going to press Command A to select the rest and Command C to copy it. So it's Command A to select and Command C to copy. With a PC, it would be Control A to select and Control C to copy. So once I've done that, I can just close it. So I've got it on the clipboard. And I make sure my VP layer 1 is selected. Then I go up to Filter and I choose Vanishing point. You can see my tool is active here. My Create Plane tool. And I can just click. And if I'm not sure, if I just want a closer look, I can press X on the keyboard. I can put my point there. And the next one is here again. Zoom in. I'm just going to put it there. And just going to let a little bit of this box show. So that's my first panel. So I'm just going to create different panels on this box. I'm just going to start as close to this one as I can. Don't want to touch it. So I'm just going to click there. And I'm going to speed this part of the video up now. And as you can see, I've got a yellow line there, so I need to adjust it. Now I've got my selection tool, Edit Plane tool here, which you can see is active. So I can just grab these and just adjust them. You can see when it goes red, it's not quite happy with that. Now it's blue. And I'm going to speed this part of the video up now. On the Mac, press Command and V to paste. So if I'm happy with that, I can just click OK. And so now I've got the texture on the box. So the next thing I want to do is put a label on the box. So I've got my Rusty Juice label. So again, I can do Command A or Control A if you're using a PC, and Command C or Control C if you're using a PC. So I'm basically selecting it and copying it. And once I've done that, I'm not going to close this one because I'm going to put the label on the bottle as well. So I'm just going to go back to our file here, JMockup, and I could either paste the label, I could either go into this layer and paste it in, or I could create a new layer. So it's going to come here. Just going to double click it, and I could call it VP label. So I can create a vanishing point for the label. So with that selected, VP label, I can come up here and I can go to filter and vanishing point. I can see right here it's already got the grid already set up. On the Mac, press Command and V to paste. So again, if I just come to this transform tool here, making sure I hold down the Shift key so I don't distort it. So I can bring it down. And I'm going to speed this part of the video up now. Okay, and now this label is on this layer here. And what it allows me to do by putting it on a separate layer is I could actually double click the layer and I can do things like blend the label a bit more into the box. So I could blend it like this, or I could come down to the blend if, hold down the Option key on my Mac or Alt key on a PC. So hold that down and click. Then I can do like subtle, I could subtly blend it. But in this case, I'm just going to blend it a little tiny bit. So I've got even blend, because the blend if here is blending all the lighter colors, and this one here will blend all the darker colors. So example, if I hold down Option on my keyboard and click, I could blend away the darker areas. If I don't want to do any of that, it's fine like that. Just showing you how you can actually blend it even more. So I'm going to click OK. I just want to put a little sticker by here as well. So again, I'm just going to come down here and click. And I can choose a VP sticker. And I'm just going to grab my sticker here. So again, Command A and Command C. I'm going to leave this one open. And again, filter, vanishing point. And I'm going to speed this part of the video up now. I'm just going to paste my sticker. I'm going to resize it. And with the sticker, maybe I'll just blend it just a little bit. So come down to the blend mode. So just a little tiny, just a little bit of a blend there, just to soften it up. And I'll click OK. Right, so once I've done that, I want to bring the bottle in now. So I'll come to my bottle. And again, Command A, Command C. Back to my markup layer. And I'll paste. And I've got my bottle here. And I'll just call it bottle. So I'll call this layer bottle. So once I've changed the name of the layer, I want to scale down this bottle. I can either go to the menu and choose Edit, Transform in Scale, or I can press Command and T on the keyboard. I need to make sure right up here that this is active. So I click on that. You can see it's active. And when it's in that state, it's not active, which means if I try and resize it, it's going to change the aspect ratio. In other words, it could get squashed or taken out of shape. So I need to make sure that this is active. You can see this active, it's got a black around it, it's a dark area around it. So once that's active, I can just come here and just bring this down. And I'm going to speed this part of the video up now. And click away. So there's my bottle. Now what I want to do is put a label on it. So I come to my label. So I've got my label right there. So again, Command A, Command copy. And I'll paste the label, Command V. And quickly transform it, Command T. I'm just going to bring that down. Let's move it over here. It's probably going to be about that big. So I can just press Enter on the keyboard. And all I need to do now, I know this is my label here, so I just call it label. I'll call it label bottle. I can drag that label and I drag it above the bottle. Get my move selection tool and I move it over here. Basically, I'm going to have my label. We have it a bit higher up. So I'm going to put a sticker on here as well. So I'm going to have my label around about there. But in this instance, I'm not going to be using the vanishing point, because what I want to do, the vanishing point won't work. What I'm going to have to do now is use warp. So just press enter. Then I'll come up to here and choose edit, transform, and warp. So it's edit, transform, and warp. I just want to grab this one here, just pull it down, just to give this label a little bit of curvature. So it gives a feeling that it's curving around the bottle. Just a little bit of curvature there. And this one here, I'm just going to pull it down a bit. And I'm going to pull this down just a little bit, just to give it that feeling that it's curving. And I'm just going to click away. Press enter on the keyboard. And then I'm just going to come over to the label bottle. I'm going to double click on that. Again, we could just do a little bit of blending. We don't want too much, just a hint, because the label's already semi-transparent, the background. As you can see, if I just bring it down a little bit, you can get a feeling of what the bottle is like underneath the label. So once I'm happy with that, I can click OK. So this is the end of the lesson.